Boom, life. So, guys, Zac Darnell, one of the best riders of the world. We have it here. He's going to talk with us. He is one of the best. He loves this sport. And thank you for coming here and to talk a little more about
Happy to be here.
what you. Yeah, my friend. I just want to say, first of all, can you present yourself for the community to who don't know you? I think all of them know you very well. Can you present yourself, where you come from, what you are riding, and a little more just of information for all of us? In this moment, I'm going to, like always, share in Facebook groups, and let's go, my friend.
Yeah. My name's Zac Darnell. I am from Folsom, California. I spend a lot of my time riding electric unicycles around my city. And I gotta say, I prefer riding dirt over street, but I can go both ways. I used to be very obsessed with snowboarding, but electric unicycles have taken over that obsession. I tend to go to a lot of events. They're a lot of fun. I really enjoy the people that go there. I enjoy the camaraderie and the sportsmanlike conduct that we bring to the table of making EUCs a sport. Um,
How do you see
I
today how do you see the sport today, the evolution of the sport today from the UCs?
Oh, it's grown exponential. I remember, gosh, probably like 3, 4 years ago, we were racing on RS19s and V11s, probably going on max speed of like 30, 35 miles per hour. Now we're pushing 55 plus. It's crazy.
Most of them
A few of
without
the
no
recent
suspension.
races, no
Most of them
suspension, and
that is
yeah, and
crazy,
just
my friend.
recently we're racing on like actual speedways. It's really elevates the sport and gives us a confidence boost that like there's no ceiling. We're gonna keep going.
My friend, we are
I,
seeing now coming lots of good riders. We was talking in private, the two of us, and we were
mhm.
seeing lots of good riders coming for street, other better off road. Uh, how do you see, like in USA? How do you see the evolution? You've been in China, was a part riders from Europe, not so many, but was how do you see this evolution of Europe, USA? How the people connect? Do you think that the connection is there?
No, the connection's there. It's interesting. It's like if you ride an electric unicycle, then you're default friends with everyone else who rides electric unicycles. So when we did the Begode global race in China, we had people from Europe, I think a couple people from Spain, a bunch of people from US, Australia, a bunch of people from Asia, and we didn't really need to break the ice. It was just like, hey, I've seen your Instagram, you're really cool, or I don't know you, but let's go ride, and just instant friends right off the bat, and we
How was
all
the reception, my friend,
all
in
had like
China?
different techniques, like the cell reception.
Yeah, how was the reception for from to you guys there in China? Because I think that what I speak with the guys from Europe, that was fantastic. That was the amazing how you riders was received in China for this global event. How was everything? Was everything like you imagine or more?
Oh, they exceeded our expectations. They really put out the red carpet for us. The whole
Wow.
Go team, staff, and the whole warehouse, helped us out, make sure we knew where we were going, what was happening next, if there was any issues with our wheels or just any issues in general. Like if you're missing luggage, someone's like, oh, like they'll drop everything to help you do it, which is, pretty uh, a big cultural difference because in the US people will be like, oh, whatever, that's your problem, and it's like, well, crap, you know but it really showed that we're all just one big family, and we're all doing it for the same reasons.
I'm making this question because I think it's important because that was the first time the global
Mm.
event and there was before the races there, but not so like this year. You bring lots of riders, and I see that you have the chance to test other machines. I know that you was by Emotion too, making uh,
Mhm,
good shows for all of us. And you are not
mhm.
just one guy who likes to ride a AUC. You ride direct two. It's easier, but two than
Mhm.
one. And
That was
uh,
pretty cool.
that was very good, my friend. I was like amazed, and I said, "How can these guys do what they?" And then you together making lots of crazy stuff. Then you have Roger, and then you have a big family. Do you see this sport today like a big family?
Absolutely, yeah. Pretty much any city you go to where they have UC riders, they welcome you in, open arms. You
Do you
know,
imagine?
it's pretty cool where we're at now. Hmm.
For 3 years? Do
Well,
you
I guess what I
imagine
was
that
gonna
is?
say is if you travel,
Yeah, please.
I mean, if
Sorry.
you travel to a random city, someone in the community will give you a wheel to, borrow for a couple weeks, no questions asked. It's like that kind of trust we have.
Yeah, that is the good thing. I think that is the same like us here. We try to do the same here in Europe. I think is
Mhm,
very important. Is more than a family. And what you said, I think is the way you said that, that is the true. Most of the riders share that, and you don't see
mhm.
in other communities. That is very good. Before you try it, the EUC, do you try any other electric device?
Before EUCs, I was obsessed with e-skates.
Mm-hmm.
I took my, well, I should say, I used to do downhill longboarding and free skating, which
Mm-hmm.
entails, bombing down steep hills as fast as you can.
Mm-hmm.
And to slow down, you slide the board and, you straighten it out, keep going too fast, you slide it out, basically just drifting skateboards. And so during the pandemic, I was, curious to see where the technology was, if, electric skateboards have, you know, came to a good milestone to where it's actually worth doing it. And it was. I got a bolt-on kit for my downhill longboard. I made it a four-wheel drive. It was, my preferred means of transportation for probably a year and a half. Then I upgraded to an off-road mountain board because I really love snowboarding, but I can't snowboard in the summertime. So that was what I was doing. I
Mm-hmm.
got a lot I got hurt a lot more riding the mountain board than EUCs because, both my feet are strapped to this thing. The
Yeah,
board
my
weighs
friend.
like over 100 pounds, and it's over a meter long. It's huge, but
That
I
is important
actually
what
do.
you
I
said.
sold it, but I actually do miss it. And
Don't forget that
mhm,
that is important what you
I
said.
got hurt a
Mountain
lot
board,
more on that.
lots of people
Yeah.
don't know that mountain board. Most of them
Hmm.
is you have the traps for your feet, huh, guys? Don't. It's not like a skateboard.
Hmm.
Skateboard you are free, and with mountain board you need that for the jumps and everything. It's like snowboarding.
Hmm.
It's like the same. Do you miss that?
Yes, fuck it. I do
Uh,
miss it. Yeah, because I see the because at the time there was no e-skate anything. There was like, you know, I'd say children's stuff out on the market. If anything you wanted to build that was impressive, would needed to be, completely DIY. And this is probably back in like 2018, 2019. And
yeah,
then like the
my
past
friend.
couple of years, it's just been an explosion with e-skates and stuff. And I'm like, whoa, I guess I was before the time.
And you, my
And
friend, how was you
mhm.
meet with when was the first time you try AUC? Was a friend, or how do you came to the AUC then world?
It was a mutual friend. He, brought over an electric unicycle, and my best buddy, who was he still is, but he's a pro one wheel rider. He was very adamant about converting me from e-skates to one wheels because he's like, hey,
Hmm.
everything you want is capable for a one wheel. And I tried it out for 3 or 4 months, and I'm like, dude, I hate the one wheel. You want to
Oh, the
accelerate? You're
community is
nose
going to hate
diving.
you, my friend.
No, I don't care. It's a It's a boring machine.
That is good,
You
my
can't.
friend.
I mean, to do anything fun, you have to like risk breaking a collarbone. But it's
That was very good.
everyone has their
Please,
vice. So
please,
he's
my
like,
friend.
well, then just get an electric unicycle. And I'm like, oh no, I'll die. I'll kill myself. Those are dangerous. You'll cut out. And then, someone brought one over to the house, and I'm like, oh, let me try it. And it took me a good week to get used to the mechanics. And after that, the rest is history. I was obsessed.
Was
The
difficult for you in the
limitations are
beginning?
unmatched.
That was
Oh
difficult
yeah.
for you in the beginning? For me, it was the same.
Hmm.
For me, it was the same in the first try. I was with my legs all broken, and I was like, "This is a piece of shit. I'm never going to. I'm never going to
Yeah.
achieve this." And then I go to a friend of mine from Belgium, and he said, "Why now? So you ride skateboards, you ride one wheels. Why not the AUCs?" And I say, "I tried. I broke my legs." And he said, "In 5 minutes, you are riding. Come with me." And in 5 minutes, I was riding
Hmm.
with the guy. The guy told me the right steps, and I was riding, and today I ride a lot, and it's so
Hmm.
good. It's so
Yeah.
good.
It's definitely difficult getting over that feeling you're not gonna fall on your face when you lean forward,
I think the one
which I
wheel is
think
the
is probably the
easiest
biggest
one.
hurdle when. Oh, totally. You
I
you
think
have
the
such
mhm.
a wide tire and more surface area with the ground.
And what was your first AUC, my friend, that you start?
It was an MSX. And then after
Okay,
that was an MCM5, V11, RS19, Master, Commander.
always be good or
Yeah, and
what?
just went down the round. Yeah, mostly
You are.
Bagode. Some emotion.
Oh, Smalls is there. Hello, Smalls.
What's up,
How are you,
Smalls?
my friend? Oh, yeah, my friend. Do you think the evolution of these machines are coming to the perfect point, or you think we need more evolution?
I mean, there's always going to be room for innovation to improve what we currently have. It's just a matter of, you know, finding out what the market is okay paying
Hi,
for.
David.
Because a lot of the things we want just require paying more money for the machine. You want stronger components, you want, better technology in terms of, tracking it, redundancy with, the basic components of keeping the machine upright. Um, and also, we gotta allow the factories to experiment with different materials to see, what's the better composition for this component in terms of, using like magnesium alloy instead of plastic, or using that stuff instead of like cast aluminum.
Hello, senor, in a moment.
But it's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of time, and the more the scene grows, the better products we can get.
Use your papa here.
That's my papa.
Okay. Because he said, "Hi, son." And I say, "Okay, that is good. Nice to meet you, my
Mhm.
friend. Welcome to the life." Guys, if you are now, the
Yeah.
people are starting to come. If you have any questions related to to him, what he's doing, please leave in the comments, and we're going to try to answer. Okay, my friends, let's continue here. So, for you, what are you riding right now in this moment? What are you using
Right now,
in
I
your
have I have an ET Max Blitz Pro X-Way, a V14. Those are
for
my
different
go-to wheels right now.
for different and you are a guy more off-road. Everybody, you said it on the beginning,
Hmm.
but you race too on. You don't have no problem to race any other. Uh, this year, what is your plans? Where you planning to go? What is the races that you have in now till this moment? Thinking,
Yeah,
okay, I'm
right
going
now
to
I'm
be there.
planning to going to EskateCon later this month. Then, probably, So EskateCon in the morning, then I'm gonna go to Let It Ride in the afternoon. Why they
Okay,
chose the same weekend for both events, I don't know, but I'm
that's
hoping to go to both.
strange, huh?
But yeah, it's strange, but I think due to EskateCon, uh, you know, doing their event, more people prefer to do street than off road, so it's going to cause a deficit there. So Let It Ride's not even going to do an off road, but I'm still going to go there to enjoy the festivities and see everybody and say hi. It's a good time there. It's a lot like a music festival in a way. And then after that event, I'm going to go to um, Shredfest,
Hmm.
then Northwest Electric Fest, and then
You are
yeah,
busy,
the
huh, my friend?
Electrify Expos. Yeah, and then oh, I should mention that I'm going to the um, gosh, I should know this one. E-Ride Life is doing another expo at a mountain bike off-road dirt bike event in
Hmm.
I think Scottsdale, Arizona,
Hmm.
next month. So I'm gonna be going to that instead of the Lemonade Fest, and then of course go to as many Electrify expos as I can. Might be a little tough, but I'm gonna try.
My
And then
friend,
of course I'm definitely gonna do the China race.
yeah, the China race. I think everybody's talking about. I was talking with my friends. I was interviewing the guys from Belgium. They was there. David was with you in China, and
Mhm.
they told so many good things from the event in China. They said next year we're going to be there again, and I was easy and everything. And I say I'm going to interview him and I'm going to ask him because I want to see if that is so beautiful like you describe it. Because then you have two
Mhm.
voices. That way, I think the event was very very good. I have a question for you that I put to David. The interview from David is going to be very soon because it was not live. But why the guys from China we don't see, because we see lots of videos from the guys from China doing crazy stuff, and in this
Mhm.
race we just see most of the European win. Is that something like respect? They don't race, so they don't want to race against you guys because you are in invitation there. Because I was expecting more of the riders from China to be against you guys. uh, do
Mhm.
you understand what is my question?
Yeah, I think a lot of it was due to the fact that they announced the race probably like 3, 4 months prior to it, so there wasn't a whole lot of time for people to work out the logistics and planning, especially with it being directly over the holidays with Christmas and, with our New Year's, which I think this year they're gonna either move it to probably next January or this November.
Because for the Chinese there is no for us is Santa Claus. There is no Santa Claus in China. It's completely under
Yeah, there's no
culture.
Santa Claus.
Because in the beginning I was
Yeah.
like asking to everybody why they put in this date that is holidays, and they say Nelson, in
Mhm.
China there is nothing to do. They don't have nothing. Is it? And I say okay, I know, but maybe. But I want to focus now. There was somebody questioning there uh, about if you are the guy who has the accident in the video from Roger. This is not the guy. This is Zach. Is one of the best riders we have, and we have to have lots of respect for him. And I know that you love to ride, you love to enjoy it. And I going to say to everybody, I'm going to leave all the links here. Today he put a video out. In this video, if you're going to see, is responding for the crash and everything for you to understand. Go there, subscribe to his video. I think he has lots of good content, lots of races, lots of good stuff. Then we have the TikTok. Go there, guys. Don't forget, subscribing is going to help them to create more sponsors, to grow this sport. That is going to be good for all the guys who are uh, crashing and doing crazy stuff for this sport to grow. Don't forget, sponsor is very important for them. Like you want to go to all races. It's very expensive, my friend,
Mhm.
right? I just
It
want to
is.
show the Instagram. He has his Facebook, and then we have some of here guys who make all the races. And I'm going to leave two videos there. One of the videos is winning in the China off road, and the other one is the completely video. This one is a completely video with you crash on the race on the track. But it's
Mhm.
good to see that you can do the two things. But here in this video, I think you can see the event himself, how they organize. They put a little of everything. I don't know the rider, but I'm going to leave that is Anthony TV, I think, and I'm going to leave the link from him. Go there and subscribe because it's always very nice to see other persons posting and trying to grow this sport. Uh, my friend, uh, what just for us to finish China, then we're going to, do you think some persons was very important to put all this together, because was one person that everybody talked and say he worked so hard to put the event together? Do you think this beautiful person, two cells, is one of the most important persons for this big goat global?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, he was the glue between the manufacturers as well as, the communities across the world. He wasn't compensated for what he did, but he did a lot. He didn't just, coordinate all the little things. He talked to every individual person, making sure like they had the right flight itinerary, didn't just abandon them right there. He made sure like, do you have a ride from the airport to the hotel? Do you, understand the schedule? Do you need any help with navigating? Do you need any help with, itinerary issues? It was, he went over above and beyond. There was never delay talking with Albert. He would respond to you back in like 2 minutes, which is
He's
pretty
a
stellar.
fantastic person, my friend. He has so much
It
knowledge.
is.
It's
Mhm.
so amazing to
And
have a person like this in this AUC world, and it's beautiful that you work together with him. I know that you work together with him,
it is.
and
Mhm.
he's a person we have to give him more credit. I think lots of person don't give him the credit that he deserved, and he deserved more. And he has lots of years of background doing for the other companies and creating. And I
Mhm.
think seeing him, I think he deserves the respect for our community. My friend, today, which persons that you have? How can I say, when you go to race, you want to see this guys going to the race and race against you. That you say, I want to go and battle again against him.
Mm. I like racing against Zenly. He really, brings the heat to the competition. I like when Maxwell Berger, he's up and coming. He's got a very unique riding style. He's going to be quite a fierce this season.
Hey,
Same with
Roger.
Brian, Aaron Doria, Show Scott. Um, what I really want to see is more people from Spain. If I
Oh
if
yeah,
people are
but
going
the
to talk
guys,
the talk, I want to see them walk the walk.
my friend, they are
You
very
know,
good, my friend. Zen was the
yeah,
guy.
yeah.
I'm going to tell.
So I hear.
I'm going to. Zen was the guy who helped a lot because he was in Spain lots of time, and because he has
Mhm,
a big channel, he made a good promotion for the guys in Spain. But they write good too, my friend. And I think that will be
mhm.
beautiful to see you guys against this Spanish. That was maybe my next question was not now, but I'm going to say: is any plans for us to see you guys come to Europe events maybe in the future?
No,
There's
totally, yeah.
some talks or something like that, or some invitation that we can see you guys going against, not just against the Spanish. I think was some guys from Czech Republics in the event of China too.
No, yeah, I'm all for it, but I think what really benefits everyone is picking a neutral place. One of the
Mhm.
reasons why the China race was so successful is because everything was relatively cheaper for us there. The most expensive thing was the plane ticket. And but once you're
Hmm.
there, you can get a very large healthy meal for less than $5, which I think it would be more beneficial for Europe and America to go to Asia or some other country equivalent to China's, I guess, cost gap, which makes it a little bit easier for everyone. Because
Let me,
I want to say it might be a little expensive to convince people from the US to go to Europe.
my friend, I'm going to put you like this because lots of people ask me this question. Is this
Hmm.
global race in China is just for invitations? That is the question people has made. Why don't you see this rider and this rider? Is just invitation or everybody can come? How that works?
Yeah, it was everybody, whoever could buy a plane ticket could go. I don't think there was any red tape or barriers telling people no, you can't go.
Yeah, that is a question. Everybody is like, "Oh, that is just a private event," and I say, "No, I think that is if you want to go, you can go." I don't see no
Hmm.
listening from nobody. That is, I received the invitation. Oh, I received that. No, if you are something, if you go to the groups on Bigoat and everything, and you're being informed, you're going to see that the information is there. But I think that is
Hmm.
important for us to clear because lots of people think that was just for a special group of people to go to the race. Was not something like that.
Yeah, no, not in the slightest.
Yeah, I think that is important
Hmm.
playing for you guys who are out there. You understand now. If you have the chance, go next
Hmm.
year there, and you're going to have lots of fun. And if you are a good rider, you can ride it against this young guy that is it just wants to race. And that's why I'm going to put something here for you to guys to see how difficult was this, my friend, just for the people to understand. Uh, this is a mess, my friend. That is like you wait for all the cars to come and then you go.
Yep. Yeah, we were like the halftime show for King of the Hammers.
I was like, what the hell is this guys are
Yeah.
doing here? This is
Yeah,
one
that
of
was probably,
yeah, please.
oh gosh, that was probably the most difficult terrain we've ever ridden on. Uh, we tested it out the day before, and it was nothing like it was nothing like it on race day. Boulders were shifted around, sand was piling up where there wasn't used to be sand. It, oh my
So
gosh.
we are just seeing with this camera, but then I'm going to put in
Hmm.
other position. I think for you guys to imagine where these guys are riding. Because when you look like this, the picture say, "Ah, that is easy. That is not." You have to think that was not the race. The race is totally different. That is 3 rounds, and
Yeah.
you have to think that you have to have the speed. How many rocks you have here? The terrain was jeeps, cars, everything was passing there. They
Hmm.
destroy this. Do you ever
Yeah. No.
damage yourself? Yeah, please, please. I'm just going to change here just for the people to see it, the
What
race.
the video doesn't show is that your tire is, sunk into the ground. It looks like normal dirt, but it's really like powder. It's very light. So it felt like skiing down like an ungroomed trail.
My friend,
It,
my friend,
yeah.
I'm going to leave. I'm going to leave the link there for you guys to see it. But
Hmm.
just for you to imagine, guys, this is like, look, what you guys have to face because this was before this cars destroying everything, and look the speeds of this guys coming downhill. That is not a joke. Look
Oh
at
yeah.
this jump, and
Hmm.
when you see in this video is the terrain that is sometimes soft, too soft, sometimes is very rocky pointing. How can you describe is
Hmm.
something that you was expecting and you have time to train it? How
Uh,
that and what was you riding?
I was riding the Begode Extreme with modified suspension parts. We were this group of us. We were out there for about a month, teaching people how to ride electric unicycles and just generally educating people on, hey, these things exist. They're really awesome. You will, if you love cars and dirt bikes, you will love this. And the biggest thing was convincing them that you're not going to die, you're not going to get hurt, you're going to walk away with a smile. And we taught over 900 people how to ride these things within that month. So within
In
that
this
time, we had
month,
a lot of moments to go train on the, gosh, we're calling it like the Mars surface. There's,
in this month,
yeah,
how
it's
was the
we were in the
reaction
middle of
from
the
the
desert.
people? How was the reaction of
They they were
the
looking at us like, you guys are crazy. You're insane. Every adjective they can think of like that. And we're like, no, we're just normal people. You know, it's a bit of a rougher crowd, so we gotta be like, just do it. Get on the wheel. You're at King of the Hammers and you're scared of this. you know?
Yeah, because you sit on one chair
They would
and you have a lanker
mhm,
is easy. Here you are just you are just
mhm.
have a no. I think they think you are more crazy than them.
That's the impression we were getting. Everywhere we went at this event, people were cheering us on and just, praising us. It
Do
was
you
it was a
think
really
this?
good exposure for our sport.
Do you think that is good for next year? Maybe to come back again this year to come back again.
Absolutely. Absolutely. The owner of this event really gave us the red carpet and says, I want to make you guys look the best. Whatever you
Oh, that's
need, you
cool,
guys
man.
have it. He he gave us like the best spot at the event for our booth, which
Hmm.
was right next to tech, where every car has to go to pass inspection, which meant,
Okay,
everybody was walking through our booth. We were right
and
next
you
to
have
all the, the big leagues in this game, the tire guys, the Can-Am people, every every booth that the visitors wanted to go to, we were right next to. Even the ice cream shop was right across the street from us. So when people are in line, waiting for ice cream, we're like, "Hey, come over here. Wait out the line. we'll have someone stand in line for you. Come check out this booth." And
my friend.
I
That is
gotta give a lot of credit to Seth Johnson. He really sacrificed a lot for this sport, and the King of the Hammers event. It took a lot of
Yeah,
him and his family to do what you're seeing right now.
we're going to have
If
an
it
in
wasn't for
25.
Seth, we probably wouldn't have the racing scene we have today. Because when I think it was Shredfest who did the first EUC race
Hmm.
along with Apple Valley Speedway. It was still very small. It wasn't getting a lot of attention. And then Seth was like, you know what? I'm just going to travel around the US, meet with every famous person in the sport, and tell them about Amped Electric Games. And, since the first Amped, the community has flourished. We have a lot more events. We have more aftermarket products. We have more distributors. We just have general more exposure. And, we can't
And
thank
it's
Seth
going to
enough.
come here, huh, my friend? It's going to come here in
Mhm.
25 of this month. It's going to talk
Oh,
about that. I
awesome.
think it's an important key for all of us
Mhm.
because we need more quality like this. This is lots of hours, lots of stress to put
Mhm.
everything together for you to have a quality because it's important for all of us to have a quality event for everybody who going to show in his television to see with perfection and everything. Sometimes we make with the telephone, the quality is not good, and the people just turn to the next one and forget about. And to make so many hours to put this all together is not easy, and we have to have lots of respect for him and for the team together. And
Mhm.
we need more. Do you think next year we're going to see more riders? How many riders was this year there?
I think we had about eight riders. We're definitely going to see more next year. This
Oh,
was
that is
a more of a
oh,
this was more of a trial. We didn't want to overrun the event with UC riders. We wanted to slowly introduce the King of the Hammers people to what we are,
mhm.
and our we had very low expectations. We thought we were going to get a lot of hate and a lot of shade, but it was quite honestly the opposite. We were praised. People loved having us. They loved watching us. People would come up to us every day and be like, "Hey, when are you guys going to race? When are you going to do this? When are you going to do that? Like, where can I be to see it?" And we're like, "Oh crap! Like, we'll tell you all everything." Um, and so
That is
they're
great.
officially making us a slot at the event. They call the 4x4 side by side cars Ultra 4. The
Mhm.
you know the tricycles with the three wheels, they're calling that Ultra 3. The dirt bikes are Ultra 2, and the electric unicycles are now Ultra 1. So
Okay.
next
Wow.
year they're going to be building us a custom track, more designated space for us to ride,
Next year or
and
this year?
next year at King of the Hammers.
Okay.
This
I'll
this was in January, so it'll be
okay.
January 2026.
Okay. I was thinking it was in December. That's why. Okay.
Oh, that's all good.
That was a mistake for me. Yeah, but okay, next year then we're going to see bigger. Is
Mhm.
something that we're going to see more information for us to know. Is going to be more persons invited, or you're going to stick like
Mhm.
for the same numbers of riders?
Oh no, it's going to be open to everyone.
Okay, that is a good thing. I
Mhm.
think that is important. That way, you're going to have
Mhm.
bigger, bigger
But
and
I need
bigger.
to get full disclosure. The terrain is very rough, very volatile. So only come
Nah.
if you are experienced with dirt. Don't show up on a street tire. Don't
How can you say something like
don't
that?
go out
That
of
is
your comfort zone for this event. Like totally come to spectate, but if you're planning on racing, train a little bit for this. It's
oh, how
a
can you say that?
lot
That's
of loose
not so
dirt,
difficult.
but
That
it's a lot
is
of fun.
easy.
Yeah.
That is lots of fun.
Yeah.
So that is not easy, guys. And I was seeing how big was the rocks, and I say if this guy's fall, if something goes wrong, you're going to get. But you are not afraid, my friend, and for you, you just want to have fun and
Mhm.
I love this type of riders that is you are not afraid of nothing. You just want to go there and have some fun. I'm just going to put a small video here. That way you can have the idea. Is in his Instagram. Go there, subscribe to his Instagram, and that way you can see a little. But I think it's better for you to go and see the best moments he has there. He has his YouTube channel. I'm going to leave all the links. You can see how high is this when you're coming downhill. Look at the rocks on the sides and you imagine in the middle.
Mhm.
That was amazing, my friend. I just want to say thank you so much for doing everything you are doing now for all of us and for the other riders, of course, because it's important to shake this. Uh, do you think, my friend, the support we need more? Do you think in the future we're going to see more supports for you guys because it's difficult? It's not easy for you guys to go to all the events.
Yeah, in the near future, I could see a lot of like the bigger sponsor companies joining in, like Monster Energy, Red Bull,
Mhm.
uh, even like other companies
Wow,
like
that was
IRC
amazing, my friend.
Tires.
My friend,
Hmm.
Red Bull or Monster
Where
Energy, that was like for you guys the best thing of your life.
yeah, we were getting a lot of attention at King of the Hammers, and I think it's just only a matter of time till one of them pulls the trigger. And I see it as like a domino effect. Once one company does it, they're all going to follow suit.
I think too, my friend. I think that is important. The other thing that was good that Smalls already told, that is just 2 hours from Las Vegas. If you guys want to know where that is, where is that, my friend? The King of the Hammers, for everybody to know exactly.
It's in Johnson Valley. It's a little bit east of Los Angeles,
Hmm.
south, probably about 30 minutes south from Apple Valley Speedway, which a lot of people are, very much aware of where that is. Um, During the
Rogers is
first week
always
of King
saying,
of the Hammers, it actually snowed. It
yeah.
snowed in the desert, which was pretty crazy. We woke up one morning and it was just everything was covered in a white blanket. And we're like, where the hell are we? What are we doing here?
If somebody take us in the evening to another place, or we march or something like that. So
Yeah.
Roger is telling he's always crashing. Zach is
Hmm.
always crash. But if you
Well, I'm always riding, so it's inevitable.
yeah, that's what I'm going to tell. For you to crash, you have to ride. That
Yeah.
is simple like that. If you don't ride, of course, you're not going to crash. That is something that we have to be prepared. That is my next question. In all of this years you riding, what was the worst injuries that you have had?
Huh. My worst. Ooh, well, that's a tough one. There was in the very beginning, I did a messed up mountain bike jump, which really messed up the bottom of my foot, so I couldn't really walk right for a couple weeks. But last year in not November, it was I think it was actually 2 years ago in September. I was commuting to work. I decided to stop by my parents' house to pick something up before I go to work. So I was going from my apartment to my dad's house, and I looked down at my watch and I saw, crap, I only have 15 minutes. So I started overtaking cars on my EX30. I was pushing 55, and I hop in the left lane to pass up a Honda Civic or whatever, and I hit a slight incline, and my wheel just drops me down on my face. I wasn't wearing any elbow
Oh,
guards. I had my
no.
helmet, knee pads, gloves, and a backpack full of stuff. I had insane road rash all the way up my forearms, my
Hmm.
shoulders, my lower back. My backpack really helped me. Uh, I had a water bottle in there that really took a lot of the energy from the crash.
That is
My
good.
the belt I was wearing was melted in like 8 different places. My pants got ripped up, my shirt got torn. Yeah, it was pretty bad. I had to I was washing the dirt out at home and it was just so painful. I decided I need to go to the ER, and that really sucked. I had the nurses, treat me as a trauma patient, and they're all like quickly trying to scrub the dirt out of my wounds. And I'm like, can I have some morphine first? And like, they haven't given you morphine yet? I'm like, no, what the hell's going on? I'm like suffering here, guys. And they're like, okay, we'll be right back. And they finished scrubbing all the dirt out by the time I actually get my morphine.
I'm just showing some of the videos he has in this
Yeah.
Instagram, but go there and see he has lots of good stuff. Subscribe. Don't forget you are helping
Hmm.
a rider to grow, and that's what he needs. Go there, leave a nice like, maybe a good comment, and that is going to help him. You have lots of good stuff there. And how was this going to China and do this stuff that we see the guys from China doing normally, the tests, and you doing yourself?
Oh, it was surreal. I honestly didn't think I'd be able to do a lot of the stuff uh, the Big O team was doing,
Hmm.
but I did a lot of it. Kevin Chan, he's one of the people that's posting a lot of the footage of White Sand Mountain and doing a lot of the crazy stuff. So being able to ride with him really taught me a lot in terms of how to just let the wheel do the work versus using the power pads. So it was a really eye-opening experience.
I think there
And
is
then
this small
I
video
taught
I
him a
put
few.
for. Yeah, yeah, please, please.
Well, I guess what I was saying is Kevin Chan was teaching me how to utilize the wheel more than the power pads. And then after the race, he got to try my wheel out, and he's like, "Oh my gosh, like I see how you do it now." And it's, I'm pretty locked in. And so I think next year he's gonna adapt on to what I've been doing and introduce it into, his everyday activities to, what I'm basically saying is by next year, Kevin is gonna be a good competitor.
Do you think that is the thing that we learn with each other when we go race with each other? We see the mistakes
Mhm,
we do, the things that we can improve with other riders.
mhm. Oh, 100%. It's not
Because I think that
until we're actually like, you can watch a video and say, "Hey, okay, yeah, yeah, I can do it better," or but then you're actually like racing with them. You're like, "Huh, how are you able to do that? What was going on there?" And it's like, "Oh, it's the type of shoe, or it's the type of pad, or it's the angle of the pedals." There's a lot of subtle little things you can do to improve your performance.
do you think I see you lots of times now jumping, going to this
Mhm.
events, and you this type of jumps is something that you like a lot, something that is for you is fine to do it, and what type of machine do you prefer to do this type of jumps?
I think the jumps were the main reason why I got into electric unicycles, just based off of their uh, lack of limitations. When I was doing off-road mountain boarding, I only wanted to do the jumps and drop offs from rocks. But there's a lot of limitations with that board. But the EUCs, you can do anything. You
Hmm.
can do anything a dirt bike can do. A lot easier. And it's just the feeling of flying when you hit a jump is
Hmm.
probably the most surreal experience I can ever come close to.
Yeah, my friend, I just want to say, first of all, thank you so much for coming here. You are one of the amazing riders. I think 2025 is going to be a crazy year, not just for you. Lots of good riders. You have nice competition now against you. I want to see more content from you. I want to see you go to the end of everything. Uh, for I just want to make two questions for us to close this. The first thing, there is anyone who inspire you to go forward, or you inspire yourself?
Um, my main inspiration used to be Chance Hines. He's not much in the community anymore, but he was the one
Hmm.
that was really pushing me outside of my comfort zone, saying like, "No, your wheel can handle this. Just do it." And it turns out he was right 90% of the time, and that really uh, that really
Change.
elevated the limitations of the sport. And just putting on video of like, look what this wheel can do, and it's pretty crazy. Um,
Good that you mentioned that.
a lot
Do you
of
think that is? Do you think that is important for us to share more videos from us doing stuff for inspire other persons to come to this sport?
absolutely. I think that is paramount. We need to show everyone what these machines can do, not just the basic stuff of going to the grocery store, cruising down the bike trail, but actually like climbing up a mountain or uh, traversing across like a swamp. A lot of
Hmm.
one thing that gets overlooked is these wheels, they can go through sandbars no problem. You can go through mud and still remain traction. Even though you're on one tire, you can still make it through a lot of those difficult conditions. And we're starting to see a lot more people riding in snow and sleet. There's a few friends of mine who have actually put studs in their tires to be able to ride on ice, which is
Okay.
pretty cool. And I think recently in December there was an off-road race in snow, which was pretty fun to watch. There's a lot more wipeouts and slides, but it's just it just goes to show like there's really no limitations. It just really comes down to the rider's ability. And I think another
That's
big thing is teaching people how to ride, you know, convincing them they're not going to die, they're not going to get hurt, and that they're actually just going to have fun trying it out.
yeah, I think that is important. Do you think we need more kids, more ladies to this sport?
Absolutely. Um, there's already a lot of kids in the sport already who are have already shown remarkable skills and exceptional growth, which, you know, just goes to show like the next generation is just gonna wipe us all out.
Okay,
It's
I
pretty
put the
cool.
question different. I put the question say, you think it's important for us to have like kids or ladies or families coming to this event, showing that that is not just a race, is a event that we come together to know each other and to make this
Hmm.
bigger. That you can stay a weekend there and having some fun. Racing, enjoying, and bringing the family together, bringing friends together, and growing like a big AUC family.
Hmm. No, absolutely, yeah. A lot of the events, especially the off-road ones, there's more than just racing. There's like scavenger hunts, there's trick competitions, there's, you know, like relay races, you know, which aren't necessarily competitive. It's more of just, you know, group camaraderie. You know, there's a lot of little events where they have unicycles, e-skates, one wheels, where they're all like working together to, well, I guess working together as a little team to win the relay,
I think too, my friend.
which, you know, pretty fun.
And my last question is like that. My last question is my what was the worst race for you, and what is the race that you always every year say, I have to go there?
Hmm. The worst race. I try to
That
look
is.
at races I didn't perform well at as a learning
Mhm,
experience of what I could do better. Um,
mhm.
though I gotta say, there was one race at the Apple Valley Speedway probably two years ago where it started out probably right at sundown. So the track was just starting to get cold, and we were having tons of, you know, back and forth passes. People were sliding out, and, you know, I felt I was doing very well, but they pulled a red flag, and we had to restart the race,
Oh,
which delayed it all. The track
yeah, yeah.
got really cold. The sun was completely down, so we couldn't even see. I think I had my visor open, which was made it a little more difficult to see.
Yeah,
And it was
yeah.
like, wow, I would have probably made podium if they didn't do that red flag.
Well, that is a
But
very
it is
yeah.
what it is. Um,
Sometimes they mess it. And then, where is the best place that you
yeah, yeah.
say I have to go every year? I need to be there.
Oh, that's a tough one.
Or three places.
uh,
Three
I
places.
okay, okay. The top one is definitely Shredfest in Wiselyville, California. It's not just a race, but it's more of like a music festival of what we are saying earlier. Like we're all like the friends and families come to camp out for
They're
a
going to come
weekend
here to
and,
the
you
interview,
know,
huh?
bond.
They're
Yeah,
going to
yeah.
come here
I
to the
hope they
interview.
do.
Yeah, yeah. They come every year.
Hmm.
We bring everybody who makes events. You want to come? We are here. They're going to come here. I think. Let me just see. I don't want to do. Uh, they're going to come. I have to see. I have it here. I think it's April, but it's one of the biggest events. That is not the event. That is a festival for the people to understand.
Oh yes. Hmm. And
That's
every
what we are.
year, it just gets big. It gets bigger and bigger, not just in terms of, you know, population of people coming, but in terms of like more trails and more features added. Um, I think last year we uncovered three long segment trails. We built
Mhm.
a tree net in Benwell Park, which is a one wheel obstacle course. We built a full on EUC jump line with a bunch of crazy different obstacles. Um, it's it's amazing. It's basically like our ultimate sandbox of anything we imagine we just build. And then the next runner up is Northwest Electric Fest. They've
Mhm.
kind of had a rough upcoming, but they've finally found their permanent location, which is really awesome. I highly encourage everyone to go to. And it's just like a shred fest too. It's the same type of vibes, same type of sandbox. Really great people running the event.
Do you think the
And,
location is very important?
absolutely.
I think
Um,
too, my friend.
wh- it's tough to have these events without the proper infrastructure in terms of like uh, ample camping spaces, uh, electricity, and yeah, I guess that's really comes
Hmm.
down to is the location. If you can manage to build a pretty good track, the people will come.
There is another question here. Do you use motor boots mainly for protection?
Mhm.
Or
It's both.
what you
It
use?
definitely protects,
I put you this. Wait, sorry. I'm going to put the question this way.
yeah.
What you use normally when you go for a ride, and what you use for a race? There is any difference between them?
When I'm just commuting around or just casually riding, I'll just wear tennis shoes.
Hmm.
When I'm doing off-road and racing, I'll wear my motocross boots. Of course for protection, but also for I guess I could say
Stability.
it's a competitive edge because it's very stiff.
Hmm.
Every movement I make, there's not going to be flex in the boot. It's going to be directly transferred to my power pads, which ultimately affect how I move the wheel around. Which is why I prefer to be completely locked in, is so I can make minute adjustments with my feet.
That is good, my friend. And then, as protections, what you use normally in your body
I,
is the same
I wear
always, or
mo. It's usually well, the bare minimum. I'll wear knee pads, elbow pads, a helmet, gloves. When I go off road, I'll wear everything: my motocross boots, my knee braces, my padded shorts. I'll wear elbow pads underneath my upper armor protection, as well as my
hmm
chest protector, neck brace, and helmet. And I gotta say, the neck brace has saved me 3 or 4 times. I
wow.
probably would be in a wheelchair right now. I've had some pretty bad face plants to where my helmet would come back and hit my neck protector,
Hmm.
and my neck protector would just blow apart. It's designed to blow apart. It's supposed to
Hmm.
take the impact and keep it away from my spine or my collarbones.
For me,
Mhm,
my integral helm, I was without no protection, and I broke here my collarbone
mhm,
because I when I fall, the helm was no protection, and that's why I always tell to somebody, when you use it, my friend, put some protection
mhm.
when you are pushing, because I hit not so much. I think in miles, maybe 35 miles was not so, but was
Mhm.
off road in a one wheel, and you know how that works. So I just want to say for
Yeah.
everybody who are out there, thank you so much for coming. The live, like always, in all groups of Facebook and in YouTube, but you guys can share it. This is no, we don't say nothing, and is nothing against. I just want to say that Alicia is going to come here. She's from UK. She's the one of the best riders of AUCs in Europe, and she's going to come here in 3 days, and I'm very happy. But I'm just going to show you for all of you. There is lots of interviews coming, lots of riders, AUCs from Australia, from UK, from One Wheels. Comes the AUC family too. There, we're going to have lots of interviews, and stay tuned. And the important thing for me always is ride fast, but always safe. Enjoy your life, and take care of yourself. AUC is one of the best things we have, and like you, my friend, you are improving that. and I think that is very good. I just going to make another question. I didn't put it, but in China, in the communication of these companies, they came to you riders and ask questions. What could improve? What could not improve? Do you see the companies? Because I know you was in two companies. Do you see the interaction between
Mhm.
riders and the two companies to try to listen to the opinions of the riders? Was something like that? The feedback was
Mhm.
like something like that.
Absolutely. There was a lot of downtime with Kobe from Bagode, which he would, open the conversation up of like, how can we help you? What do you want to see in the next wheel? What do you not like? And they were very, very open to our feedback, and they would quickly, sometimes we would make a suggestion like, hey, is there any way you guys could up the phase current? And then he would call over one of his engineers. He would write up a code real quick and have us try it right out on the spot, which was pretty freaking awesome. And of course, some things are going to have to come out later in production. Um, a lot of what we were suggesting they're already working on, which was pretty cool. We got to see some, we're not allowed to say, but we saw some stuff behind the scenes, which really amazed us. And
That
same
is very
thing
good, my
with
friend.
going to Emotion. Yeah, same thing with going to Emotion. They were very open to us coming into their company, seeing what they have behind the scenes, and of course, any input we can give, what we would like to see next.
And listen to
So,
you guys,
yeah, yeah, it was a pretty
because you
surreal
guys are the
experience.
voice. Because sometimes they ask
Hmm.
the riders from China and they have a different opinion like you guys. And I think that is important to
Hmm.
listen to the voice from you, because you ride, most of the guys there was with lots of experience. And I think that was something very important for our community, you guys being there, not just for the race. But when I was talking with the guys from Belgium and they say, oh, they asked for the feedbacks, they was asking things. And I think that is amazing, because sometimes we listen to the
Hmm.
YouTubers. Ah, they don't listen to us, they don't want to talk with us, they don't not want to have nothing with us, they don't give no feedback. And seeing this type, I think that changed everything.
Hmm. Absolutely, especially having the ability to have open discourse with, not just the manufacturers, but people from around the world of their input. And some ideas are gonna be better than others. And I wouldn't necessarily say it's a debate, but we can like talk through issues that don't necessarily need to be fixed, or maybe sometimes there's a misunderstanding that someone could better explain it. The problem
I think
with
that
relying on a lot of the main YouTubers is they're introverts. They don't necessarily interact with the community, or if they do, it's just responding to one of their comments on YouTube. And
yeah,
it's a bit of
they
a,
live in this
yeah,
bubble, this small bubble of I know
exactly.
what you mean. And that sometimes the
Hmm.
feedback is not. That's why I go more to the riders than I go to the YouTubers. I like the
Hmm.
style of Roger. You understand? I like the styles that,
Yeah.
yeah, it sometimes is not the best thing, but you are listening to a voice that you can say, okay, that is good. That's what we need. And sometimes you are seeing the other side is just
Hmm.
people trying to sell something to receive another product for the next review,
Exactly.
and that is not what we want.
Hmm.
That's why I love to do this, because here the guys who come here is the voice of riding. They're going to tell you if that is good, if that is bad. That's why I do this. I start
Hmm.
this as a joke. I come into 400 interviews, my friend, and uh,
Hmm.
you don't know how much I learn with all of you. How much people come here and say, "Hey, I see the interview from you, Nelson," and the guy, the explanation from him, I was not aware, and I learned so much from this interview. And that's why I tell to
Hmm.
everybody, the people who speak better English than me, please open the channels of YouTube. Don't think about money or about clicks. If you're going to do about that, you're not going to win nothing with this. Do it for
Hmm.
love, do it for the community. What you are doing is helping these guys to go better, and for all of us to receive more better machines, more safety. We can enjoy it, we can have events like festivals or something like that, or you can go for the ride with your friend, and you are legal. In Europe, we are not legal of lots of countries. That is the option. If you are not too many riders, we are never going to be legal. We need to bring these guys
Mhm.
from USA to ride against our riders here in Europe. Is always
Mhm.
this problem, USA against Europe. And I think that is beautiful to see this competition. And you guys are very good. The guys from Spain and the other guys from Europe, they are very good. And I hope to see in the future more events like this. I hope to see you coming maybe to Europe or in a place that you can guys come together, or next year in China, more riders from Europe go there and go for the race there, because I think it's a good place. Like you told, maybe next year they're going to change the place. I think that is important for
Mhm.
us. That's why, if you are out there, you have a YouTube channel, and you have a little knowledge about PVs, open the channel. Your English is going to be better than me. I can rent myself. I can go to other events, and you can continue doing this. I know that is good people doing this, like Cobra, like Mister. There's three or four channels, but most of them the people give up, and the only ones are here is small persons. We need more, and more. Just answering some
Mhm.
question here about the hoodie. I already speak with Zach about the hoodie. Is 1 year there by you, my friend. I know that you have it. I will receive it when I come and visit you. And the other question is Roger. Yes, I don't respond to you about in the invitation I made to you to come here to the live, because I know you have the problem with the dance. That was the accident. I hope that she comes better very soon, and I don't want to put you in a bad situation. But it's always an invitation to have you here and
Mhm.
to listen to your voice. I think you are very good. Martin is very good on all everyone. My friend, not doing this big. Like always, I leave you with the last words for your community. Thank you so much for coming here to share. Thank you so much for you doing what you did till now to all of us. You don't imagine what you did. You did a lot. Just going to China and showing and sharing your knowledge. I think that was more. And then your style of writing, please continue to do it. Bring more persons like that. That way I can push my popcorns and sit in my beautiful couch and see all the races. That is amazing, my friend. That's what
Mhm.
make me happy. Seeing you guys putting this sport to the top. I hope that in the future we're going to see good sponsors that you guys can go to everywhere. Like always, my friend, the last words is for you.
Awesome. Well, thank you, of course, for letting me be here and allowing me to speak on behalf of the community and the racing scene. I do want to say that there's a lot of positive momentum behind what we're all trying to do, and I think
Mario.
2025 is going to be the year. And keep your eye out for the UC Racing League. There's lots of good stuff
Woo!
happening there. A lot
I want
of
a sticker.
volunteer work. I'll make sure you get some stickers.
I'm going
But
to
we
put
we
it there.
definitely want to we definitely want to propel people in the community that are doing the good work behind the scenes, especially with the intro to speeds, the photography, the drone operators. Um, you know, less on the racers, more on the people who make what we love into a sport.
Come on, you will be more
Um,
honest. You are a very good
uh,
rider, my friend. Come on. We have to
thank
give
you.
everybody. Without you guys, my friend, without the riders, there is nothing. The riders is very important. The last one, I see the video
Mhm.
from you. When you fall, I was looking to you moving your hand. I was very afraid that you damage your hand. But then later on, I see, okay, the hand was okay. The last video. I just want to say, go there, my friends. Subscribe to his
Yeah.
channel. Yes, that was the thing. I was looking to you because I broke my hand too.
Yeah.
And I say, oh, maybe he hurts his hand. Because in the video, you see you moving like this
Mhm.
before you take your glove. But then when you take your glove, was everything okay? And I said, okay, that is nothing. That is the good thing.
Yeah.
So, guys, thank you so much for everyone. Mario, uh, thank you for coming too. Mario is a fantastic rider, and now
Mhm.
coming to the UC world, a big name that pushed the A skate to the top into the speed is. lots of work. There was the interview before him. If you guys want to go and see it, just go, enjoy it, have a good ride, be safe, bring your friends, bring your family, enjoy it the best way you can. We see us in the next interview. For you, my friend, thank you so much for coming, and I hope to see you maybe next year and we can talk again, or maybe in person in China. We will see.
Yeah, that would be great.